What's up, YouTube?
Yeah.
Miles Life here.
Miles Life.
And it's day 10.
Yes.
It's day 10 because I'm a life path 1, so 10 resonates with me. So day 10. Day 10.
That's what we got.
Yes. So what are we talking about for day 10, my beautiful doctor wife?
We are talking about being direct.
Yes.
Made this.
How can you fix your marriage? You embarrassed, they be laughing at all them broken promises and flowers don't be passing back. You can get this course for no divorce, so just imagine that. 12 weeks of Miles Life will save you from the avalanche. How can you fix your marriage? You can fix your marriage. How can you fix your marriage? How can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Miles Life, we can fix your marriage. 12 weeks of Miles Life, how can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of...
Yes, being direct. Telling your spouse or significant other or people in your relationships what you want.
What you need.
What you need. What I want, what I need. This is what I expect. And not doing it in an argumentative or physical way, but being assertive. Being assertive.
That's important.
And a lot of people don't know how to be assertive. It's either aggressive or super nice.
And you know why you're not direct? Because somewhere deep in your past, probably in your childhood, somebody made you feel bad about speaking up for yourself.
It all starts with, what did it start with? It started with, shh, don't talk about adults talking, shh, don't only speak when spoken to. All of those things.
Oh, you're a woman. You wait.
A lot of women, yes. Yes. Yeah. So it's like it kind of shuts your voice down. You know, it closes your throat chakra. You know, to the healing population, it closes your throat. So all of that stuff kind of makes you lose confidence too.
And then if you have that partner that's very aggressive, you know, maybe they overtalk, maybe they name call, maybe they're very good at pronouncing their pain. You know, it's all about how hurt they are or what this one did to hurt them or the blame game or just the victimhood. If you're dealing with someone that's a perpetual victim, it can be very hard.
Because you're always kind of faced with that tidal wave of emotion that comes crashing in on you, and you never feel like you get heard or with your voice, you know. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people face that, you know, in their relationship. So we want you to be direct. We want you to be assertive. We want you to say, this is what I need in this relationship. This is what I need right now for me in the present time for my well-being.
So step one is to acknowledge what you need.
Yes, yes. And also, you be the one to make you happy too. You know how to go within and find that happy place within you and get that strength that you muster up to tell that person what you really, really need.
Because once you get that confidence and once your light is shining bright, you can bounce back.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get dragged into the victimhood. You're not going to go there with that person. You're like, okay, I understand. I'm going to be over here watching you from over here to acknowledge that, okay, you're hurt right now, but this is what I need. You may be hurt right now, but this is what I need. You're hurt right now, but this is what I need.
Right.
And it's not about what happened 5 years ago, yesterday, you know, earlier this morning. Right now, this is what I need.
In this present moment.
Yeah.
Because if you continue to think about the past, we know the past will repeat itself.
It will.
So we want you to create the future that you want. And also tell people what you need. You know, in relationships or really even in work situations, wherever it may be. That'll help you get things off your chest so where you don't have to harbor emotions or feelings that make you feel like you're ready to snap. You know, You know, they got a song called "Over the Deep End."
Yeah, that song is something else.
You know, so it's like, and people don't want to be pushed over the deep. It's just they're just one insult away, or one threat away, one voice not being heard away, of saying things that they may regret or doing things that they may regret or being frustrated. You know, like so. All of that stuff is very, very detrimental to get these things out, to be assertive, to talk about it, because it's like a powder keg. It can explode.
So step one, identify what you need. Step two, communicate what you need. In the here and now, present moment. Meaning, don't go way back 5 years ago, whatever. Right now in this moment, what is it that you need? Step three. Now, this is the hardest part of it all. Watch this one, all right? Step 3 is to be okay if that person doesn't give you what you need.
That's the hardest one, to be okay with it, you know.
Be okay if they don't do what you ask them to do in that moment.
Because what you do is give that love to yourself. And it's hard to do. But when you're able to do it, you take yourself out of it and you see it on the outside looking at it.
Right. And if that person wants to be with you, if that person wants to be around you, whether it be a career, a relationship, whatever, if they want to be, you know, with you, working with you, whatever it is, they'll
take notice of how you're acting and the things that you want. And if they do take notice of that means that one, that they really love you and they want this relationship to work. So they'll take notice of those things.
And they'll adjust accordingly.
Right, because that's what you want. You want people to grow with you because, let's face it, you're always evolving. Hopefully you're always growing. And if you're not always growing, that means that you're stagnant. That means that you're frustrated. You may be a little depressed in your relationship, like where are we going type of stuff. So just know you want to be growing and that other person needs to be growing as well.
Right.
You're growing together.
And if they don't want to go with you, then that's just telling you, giving you information, feedback that you need to know. Right. If you want to grow, you got to grow.
And you only grow by going within one and addressing and identifying hurtful things in your life, understanding what happened in those, addressing those, and moving past those, saying that I'm disregarding this, I don't want this anymore. And then also you start saying, you know what, I'm going to shed new light and whatever behavior I used to do that used to frustrate me, now I'm going to add more love to it and forgiveness to it and really be helpful and open up to new things and new possibilities and maybe new outcomes to situations by adding different things into it.
And I hate to say it, as you grow vibrationally, as you raise yourself up that scale, you're not going to be able to take everyone with you.
No, you won't. Because there'll be certain things that you will see that you just really choose not to deal with at those times. You love them. Right. You love them, but you choose not to deal with them at that time, you know. So you're trying to get yourself together mentally and emotionally to deal with that person. And then, of course, you're going to bring them in when the right time is. But at this time, you're trying to dig within yourself to get to a place to where you can deal with them.
You ever notice, like, if you moved away from your hometown or from old friends and you get back in that environment again, how your behavior changes? You start doing all the things you used to do back in high school or in the past when you used to be around these people and in that environment. You start going back to the old places, the restaurants, bars, watching those movies, doing those things that you did with those people. And it's just like kind of fitting in that groove. But, you know, you'll also notice how different it feels. Right. And it feels different because you've changed. Right. You've changed vibrationally.
Right. You're putting your energies into other things. And at that time, when you held that vibration, or held that emotion, that was probably the biggest thing or the most happiest or funnest thing that you've experienced. And of course, now you've got all these new experiences that you can kind of hold to as well. But it kind of pulls you right back into it. Like maybe if you move from a place to where, you know, you had an accent, and then you go to a place and you kind of lose your accent for a while, but then you go right back. You go right back to that same accent.
Right.
You know,
it comes back to you.
It comes back to you, you know, because that is just familiar to you. Those you know, similarities, they sync up, you know, all the time when you come back. You know, it's just like just picking up where you left off. You know. So we want you
to be direct.
To be direct. You have to be.
If you want to grow, you have to be.
Yeah. And if you don't, of course, if you don't be direct, a lot of times you'll feel like you don't have a voice. You'll be more passive in relationships or passive in arguments.
Passive aggressive.
You'll feel like
resentful.
That. Yeah, and it'll build up. And then before you know it, then you'll have outbursts, or then you'll have longer bouts of being angry and frustrated and mad at each other.
Or
and
depression.
Things like that. Depression as well. Yeah.
Because depression is you're suppressing parts of yourself. You're burying that part of yourself deep, 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 deep down to the point where you're not in alignment with who you really are. So you feel bad. Your mood is down.
And if you get out of alignment, then that means that you feel that separation and you don't feel like yourself. And then that will spiral you into just not wanting to do anything, feeling like you're not worthy, you're not good, you know, all of those things make you feel just bad about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that thought spirals and spirals around. So we don't want you to feel that way. So how do you not feel that way?
Mm-hmm.
One is just taking those negative thoughts out when they come in and saying, you know what, I am worthy. I do love myself. So you start really taking notice and taking control back of your life, control back of your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's all thoughts, feelings, and emotions. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if y'all been rolling with us, so you've been rolling with us since day 10 now. So you know,
Yeah.
thought, feelings, and emotions are the biggest thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how
Which
you feel.
impact your body, those thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And then your body's going to respond.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to behave in certain ways.
Yeah, yeah. And then you feel bad if you react bad, then you feel bad afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But then you kind of justify and say, well, I always do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's right.
But when you change it and you feel good about yourself, then that's a small win each time. And then before you know it, you look back and you've changed your attitude, you've changed your mind. Also, you may have changed some friends. You know, you may have changed some situations or changed your environments. That's something that has improved in your life greatly, that you've grown from, and you look back and say, man, I've gone so far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the people that are with me now are the people that are supposed to be with me. They were supposed to grow with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's when you realize that you're now evolving into a more enlightened being, a more spiritual being. Some people are afraid of spirituality or religion or whatever, you know, but you just start getting one with yourself and
You're
getting
aligned.
stronger. Yeah.
You're aligned with who you truly are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're made by love for love. I say it all the time. But you are. You're made by love for love.
Mm-hmm.
So the less love that you feel, the more separation you feel. So if you feel that separation, then you may be more prone to attack. You may be more prone to feel jealous or feel abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
All of those thoughts run through your mind, and then your ego takes over and says, well, I can take care of you. So, you know, it's a spiral that from that point on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it gets stressful at that point. You know, if you got the ego leading your mind and leading your body and leading your life, then guess what, man? It's a tough ride right there.
It is.
It's tough. Spirit knows that you're by love for love, or made by love for love. So spirit, that's what spirit wants to feel. So if you feel that, if you're waking up and you're singing every day and enjoying music or enjoying your favorite foods or enjoying places of friends or people and just loving life, that means that you're living in the spirit, you know. You're living in the spirit, and that spirit loves and connects, and it doesn't know any separation. It knows that we're all connected.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That strength, that love. So we want to tell you, day 10, be direct.
Mm-hmm.
Tell people what you want. Be assertive. Let people know this is what it is, but not in a negative or frustrated way, not in an aggressive way.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell people, this is what I like.
This is what I need. This is what I would like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if they're not willing to do that, okay.
And also,
I'm gonna and do what I need to do to feel good.
And know how to listen too. You know, so if you tell people what you like, listen to what other people like too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And that's what day 8 was about. Day 7, you know, mirroring and reflecting back what you're hearing.
It's very,
That's
very
how you
important.
actively listen.
Yes.
You state back what you heard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, day 10, be direct. We love you. We want all of you to be blessed. I know today that we want everyone to be safe. We want you to get the love you need. That's why we're doing this. So
Get the love you want.
Getting the love you want challenge.
You hear that?
It's very, very important. It's very, very important. That's why we wanted to get hyped. We wanted to let you know, get the love you want. It's time. It's time. Don't you want love? I know you want love. I want love.
You
I know
do.
I want love.
Get the love you want.
Yes. So, day 10, get the love you want. We love you. Myers Alliance.
The direct approach. A life in which you are afraid to ask for what you want seems to be a contradiction, but it's all too common. We don't ask because we don't want to owe them anything or suffer their anger or disdain. It's not unheard of for people to create a crisis illness, depression, collapse in order to feel entitled to get attention they are afraid to ask for under normal circumstances. The reluctance to ask others for what we need is the predictable outcome of a childhood in which we were ridiculed or punished for asking for attention, or in which our requests were ignored or refused. Asking for what we need directly feels risky, so we learn either not to ask at all or to ask in indirect and subtle ways that are irritating or easily misunderstood. We are still under the spell of the inner child who needs attention but is afraid to ask. How relieved others would be if we could learn to ask for what we want from them, without demands or innuendo. They would love to know just what it is we want without having to guess. Simply asking is one of the most intimate and loving gifts we can give to another human being. And it makes giving much easier. Allow yourself to ask for one specific sign of affection from your partner today. Think of something that would really make your inner child feel loved, perhaps a back rub or a giant hug. In a quit space today, I recognize how often I fail to ask for what I need because at times it feels so scary. I also realize that how I ask is as important as what I'm asking for. I acknowledge this wisdom request made with love will be answered with love.
Mais life. Mais life. Yeah, check out the new merch. Get your family dripped up and draped out in the new merch. Ah, yeah. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. The source, the drip is here. The son of source shorts, man, that drip is here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. Source's brain shirts, man, that shirt is so tight. Man, that shirt is so tight. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live, man, don't mess up my vibe. You can see the vibrations on the front. You can raise your vibrations on the front. You ain't gotta worry about it. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. Mine's life. Mine's life. The drip is so vibe. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe, man. That shirt is so live. The son of source shirt. The son of source shirt. Man, that shirt's so live. Man, that shirt's so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. The merch is here. The merch is here. Mine's life, man. That merch is here. Man, get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Man, don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Get some socks. Get some socks. You can get a dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. That messed up my vibe. Man, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Son of source. Son of source. Son of source. Son of southern source. Son of southern source. The source healing center shirt. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Let your family get draped up in the drape. Let your family get dripped in the drape. Hey, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibes. Mine's life. The merch is here. The merch is here. The merch is here. Hey.